What's going on, everyone? Thanks for clicking on the video. Today we're going to be taking a look at Dauntless. Now, if you haven't heard, Dauntless is a free-to-play take on the monster hunting genre developed by some of the most highly acclaimed industry veterans from legendary game studios like BioWare, Blizzard, and Riot Games. It's available now on PC, PS4, and Xbox One, and very soon it'll be available on Switch and mobile, which is why I'm sharing it with you all now so you can keep your eyes on it as the Switch version gets closer to release. I've been playing a ton of Dauntless over the last week or so now, and I've gotta say, I'm pretty impressed with how good this game is shaping up to be. I personally haven't really gotten hooked into the whole monster hunting series like I know a lot of people out there have, but there's just something special about Dauntless that's really got its hooks in me. I mean, at a glance, Dauntless's gameplay doesn't look all that different from your standard Monster Hunter game. You set out on a hunt with a group of people in search of a beast that's lurking somewhere out on the battlefield until you find it, and then you take it down, one swing at a time. The moment-to-moment gameplay is overall much faster than most Monster Hunter games have generally been in the past. The monsters, or behemoths as they're called in Dauntless, have a lot of agility and really take advantage of the overall scale of the battlefield. They move around quite a bit and their attacks can sometimes be unpredictable, which is a good thing because it keeps every fight feeling unique in its own right. Luckily, players also have a good amount of agility, so you definitely don't feel like you're stuck in quicksand when you're fighting a behemoth that can fly from one end of the battlefield to another in like 3 seconds. The combat itself feels very responsive. It's not unlike what you'd expect from a Monster Hunter game, but it also shares some similarities with games like Dark Souls and Bloodborne. You can sprint, jump, or dodge through most attacks if you get your timing right, and some gear pieces even reward you if you do with buffs like additional damage or attack speed. You have your standard light and heavy attacks, but each weapon type also offers up different combos and abilities that you can string together during battle for even more damage. For instance, my go-to weapon right now is this gigantic battle axe. It's much slower than, say, your standard sword or spear, but it hits like a ton of bricks, and hurling it at your hunt is incredibly satisfying when your attacks connect. And speaking of weapons, there are actually a ton of them that you can unlock as you play through some of the quest lines in the game. After all, the main reason you go on hunts anyway is essentially to progress the story so you can unlock more things to craft, which is basically Dauntless's main gameplay hook. And thankfully, most of the in-app purchases are purely cosmetic, consisting of things like weapon and armor skins that you can use to transmog your gear. Now that said, there are a few support items that you can buy that will give you a slight edge during hunts, but nothing that you really need if you know what you're doing. And if you didn't already guess, there's an entire battle pass system which is very similar to the one that you'd see in Fortnite. Obviously, you don't have to buy it, but the rewards seem pretty generous and definitely provide a good incentive to come back and keep playing. But one of the coolest features, in my opinion, is the fact that this game has full-blown crossplay, meaning that there's no platform bias, so you can pretty much just play with whoever you'd like, regardless of what console they're playing on. And that's something I can really get behind, especially since we're basically on the cusp of another generational shift in consoles. Playing through some of Dauntless now on PC just makes me even that much more excited for its eventual release on Switch. It definitely won't be running at 60 frames per second, but neither does the Switch version of Fortnite or Monster Hunter Generations Ultimate. And by the way, there's a mobile version on the way too, which isn't surprising considering the fact that Epic is publishing this game, so needless to say, they're very much giving Dauntless the Fortnite treatment. So ultimately, if you're even remotely into online action RPGs, or if you're just a classic Monster Hunter fan, you should definitely give Dauntless a shot. It's completely free to play, so there's really no risk if you don't end up liking it. Like I said before, the PC, PS4, and Xbox versions are out now, and the Switch version shouldn't be too far behind. You can start playing now and transfer your account to the Switch version later, which is exactly what I'm planning on doing. So anyway, those are my thoughts on Dauntless, but now I want to hear yours. Are you guys playing it? Do you actively play any free-to-play games? Let me know in the comments below. And if you enjoyed the video, please remember to like it and subscribe for more videos just like this one. Thanks, and have a great day.